Welcome back to another episode of the Xenith Digital Podcast. This week we're back in English, and today we're with Sebastian. Sebastian is from Belgium, and he has a business operating in France, and he's also operating here you're living here in Riga, Latvia as well. So tell me more.
So back, like way back, I used to work into poker. So I was a tournament director with some friends. So it was kind of a entrepreneurship as well, but it was in Belgium, and we had a club, and we organized tournaments in some casinos over there, and we qualified people. So I got to travel and everything. It was fine, but the hours, it wasn't the best because it was always late, in the day, even in the night, the weekends and everything. So I decided to move on after some time. And when I was doing that, I was studying as well marketing. And that's where I met one of my friends over there. And at some point later, he started a digital marketing agency, so creating websites, basically. So that's how I started.
What year?
It was so he started a little bit before me, but I joined in I would say end of 2018. End of 2018, beginning of 2019. And so he needed help with project management. And I always been good at processing things and understanding how moving pieces go together.
Overseeing everything.
Overseeing. Yeah. So he needed help, and I said, "Yeah, let's do it. I'll help you." And that's how I started into the online business, And it quickly evolved into knowing more about business. It's not just about creating website, and I couldn't create website. I was just a project manager at the time, but I always had curiosity about online businesses and how you could generate revenue online and everything. So it kind of was at the same time, and I decided, yeah, let's do it, So I started there. Then we parted ways at some point in 2020, during COVID.
What was your main business takeaway from these 2 years at this digital marketing agency?
That you can do everything that you want online. You don't have to have an office or anything, because before I used to I was still working for myself and the company I was with, the other people, but it was in real life we were organizing poker tournaments and everything. But then it shifted, I can work from anywhere. I just need a computer, and I can do this, I can earn money online. So that was the first thing. And also I would say to keep growing, to never stop learning new things. It's really important.
I've heard this very many times.
Yeah. It's really, really important. So, and keep going, basically, because so we parted ways. He wanted to do something different, and he had the opportunity. So it was okay. But I had to because it was I was a project manager at the time. I couldn't build websites, and I wasn't the guy doing sales. So basically, I was like, okay, now what am I gonna do? I still wanted to do the same thing, so I had to learn from scratch. So I had to learn about creating websites first, and to be able to sell them again also. So that's what I did.
So you just filled up the parts of that previous business that you enjoyed working in so much to be able to do it now yourself when everything else was gone.
Exactly. So I started to do that. I bought some course to know how to build websites. And then I basically recreated the operation that we had before, but on my own, So that's what I had to do. And I didn't want to build websites on my end for a long time. So I knew that I could easily hire someone from abroad and give them work, manage them, and focus on
do the project management that you knew, and then
exactly
the back end, the full production.
Yeah. But it's important to have if you delegate, because it's delegating the work, it's important to have like really high standards and to keep people accountable to that standards. So that's how you delegate really well.
The
In that
delegation
regard.
is also for me a bit it's understandable but mysterious because like I've been in many different organizations. Last time we talked about like Bankless DAO, where it's like decentralized guilds organizing amongst each other, and there's like you can delegate to, but to who? And you have never met these people in real life. Only maybe someone has turned on their camera during a video call, but it's crypto world, so it's anonymous. And like, where's the trust in there? And like, I met many situations where you start like, this might sound a bit controversial, but you start like categorizing people based on their previous delivery results by the way you interact with them. And like, it helped that I don't know these people face to face personally, because when it comes to organizations like here, and I meet these people every day, I'm much more forgiving because like it's hey man, it's okay, it's not that deep, we'll do it tomorrow, you know. And tomorrow becomes after tomorrow.
That's the pitfall that you
exactly.
don't want to
So what would be your structured approach towards delegation in online business?
So in online business, recruiting, so because delegation is one thing, but the first part of the process is recruiting the right people. I would say hire fast, but fire faster. So it's testing the people and having, like I said, the standards that are already like, okay, this is what I'm expecting from you. This is what you can expect from me, because it's a two-way relationship, you know. We're not just there to take, but also to give to people, like help them grow on their own as well. So I would say, this is the main thing. So having your vision, your mission, like, you know where you want to go, you know. When you're recruiting people, you need to be seen as a leader, because these people, they come and work for you, you know. Especially online, it's harder to create that connection, you know, when you are everyone is on Zoom. And you mentioned crypto, like you have the anonymity on top of that, so it's even harder to do it.
It's fascinating because there in that organization there was no set leader, as no one figure of leadership, one person, because it was a decentralized organization. So it's like a, you know, sometimes there's images of when there's like ant farm and mother ant dies and everybody's running in a circle. It's like that's how it feels around there.
It was a bit chaotic.
That like there was still like overhead leadership from the people who created that organization. It was like but it was a very hands-off way. But then one moment they cut the partnership because of some internet Twitter controversies, and then it just fully, what is happening? Collapsed and rebranded, and now it's doing a completely different thing on a much smaller scale. And
but I think that's the thing here, because in every business that I helped, like the past few years, we always saw that the ones who were really successful, they had a strong leader, like maybe not even the CEO, but someone in the team was a strong leader and was keeping people accountable and on target and on mission. So if you don't have that is like in writing, you know, like on a document, or like you know, whatever, Google Doc or something, but you need to have that in place so people can see where they at, where you are going, where they are going with you, and how they can grow into your business. Because this is what a business is. It's a vehicle for you to grow as a person, to grow financially as well, but for other people to grow as well financially, because this is the first motivation for people. People need to work to earn a living, but they also want to feel fulfilled, you know, in their life. So they won't something that is fulfilling. And if your business can give them enough money for them to live and fulfill them as a person, and you have a clear direction where you're going, then you have people that are going to follow you like everywhere you go. But if you don't have that, it's really hard to keep the right people, and especially the talents, because like maybe someone who doesn't have like big goals, they will still follow you, because they're like, they don't have enough motivation to go and find something else, they're a bit lazy, whatever. But the real people that are really good at what they do, if it's not clear for them in your VHO that where they can go, they will leave.
Find a different one.
Yeah. They either find another one, or they are creating one of their own.
Yeah.
Because this is they need to grow, basically, and they need to see where they're going. So
yeah, that's interesting. This references me to the one of my previous conversations with one of like project leads at the crypto internship that I was. Not internship, I was working there for 2 years. But anyway, we had also a podcast episode, and we were talking about his main philosophy is building agile teams of leaders, and he believes that you can foster. It also works. Like I was working with him, it works. You can foster an environment where like initiative-based people arise. They're still like, I totally agree with you that you need a mission, vision, and like to fully be able to put yourself on the map of growth for your business, where you are, where you want to go, so that everybody can form around it and be like, okay, like we have this vehicle and we have to go from point A to point B, and like how, like if one is going backwards, one is going forwards, because they don't see, like, that's inefficient. But what links his crypto alias was explaining is that you need to. He had a three-step system: centralized information, decentralized decision making, and a tight feedback loop.
Yeah.
So like you have all the information for everybody accessible in one place. You trust your people to make decisions on their own based on the information available, and you quickly know when that happens with a tight feedback loop. That's why you're going to always be on top of everything that's happening, and the organization can move on itself because you trust people to make decisions. You don't have to be the, because probably the one biggest, at least, fear or like a burden of a business leader, that is like at some point you feel like you're doing everything yourself, and all the decisions fall on you, and like you cannot trust anybody, and like you fall into this like locked box. And that's what I've experienced before, and it's like, it's scary there, like, and then you start like building yourself as a like, but I will do it anyway myself, and I don't need anybody. And it creates this toxic, horrible persona around you, and the people as well who work with you, they see it very, very easily, and it's like, so that was his philosophy. I don't know what you think about that kind of a setup.
Yeah, it's a good one. You need to be able to trust people, and especially, as you mentioned, like if you have your own business, but you are not capable of delegating to the people, because this is what it is, trust the people to do the work instead of you, you never will be able to grow, to scale your business. It's going to be impossible, because you will always be like micromanaging people, and this is not the right way to do it. So obviously you need to find the right people, and that's the hard part in delegating. This is like the process of recruiting the right people, and this is why it needs to be done before, like talking to those people, having everything set up already, like I said, like mission, the vision, and the standards for the business, and how you operate, like processes and everything. This way you have something like a structure you can build on, and you can bring people in that structure, and that will thrive. and you can test those people in that structure. And if they don't fit, they don't fit. It's okay,
Yeah.
you know.
But
It
how do you
happens.
know how do you derive confidence in your business structure? Like if it's profitable, that's like a check mark, or like how do you
It-
build out the process and the system and be like maybe you build it out like at the start theoretically and you start working with yourself and it works, but how do you understand that this kind of process setup business vehicle will be able to withstand scaling and more people?
You're always gonna break it at some point, either way. But it's easier when you control the breaking part. So it really depends on the process we are talking about. If it's either like delivering a service or it's like in sales or marketing or whatever, you know, marketing is not now, especially with AI and everything.
Yeah, changing every day.
Marketing is getting easier and easier. So, but sales is the real like pain point for most businesses, I would say.
That's what I've heard as well, what
And
I've encountered.
that's from my own experience. But and then you have delivery. Delivery is the product. So basically, how you want to deliver your product. So again, those are standards and processes. For me, when I hired my developer, you know, he's building websites. It's not something like super fancy, but you know, it's still WordPress websites. So it's still the first one used like in the world to build websites. And you everyone could do it. You know, even if you never built it, you could follow a video on YouTube and go and build it. But what I did is you know, to have my standards, I trained myself. So I bought some courses and everything. So I tested myself, and then I dug a little deeper and deeper and deeper over time. You know, like testing things and seeing what works, and then you just take your standards and you give it to the guy and you just say, okay, this is what I want. If you don't deliver this and this, and if you don't communicate like in the right way, then I'll find someone else. You know, there is always someone you can find. And that's why I said, yeah, hire fast and fire faster. Because if you see a red flag, like the first day of the guys being in your business, you know he's not gonna stay like for 6 months or a year. You know, at some point something's gonna go bad. So might as well like do it now, and you know it's a feedback loop. So it's the same. And yeah, I think to recruit the right people, sometimes you get lucky because you have done the work like previously and you really know,
Like people
and
know you, you know people, and
you
already.
filter already like on some things that you have in your mind, you know, like skills or whatever. But then it becomes just a process. It's just a process of, okay, I test a few people, then I will see which one is the best. And you can give a test to people. That's what I did, you know. I actually got lucky when I hired my developer, my current developer. He's been with me since like 2022, I would say, 2021, either. But yeah, like more than 3 years now. And this was the first guy I contacted when I wanted to recreate the team, you know, because I already knew what I was looking for. And I had like, I'm like this when I buy something or anything. I just like compare every product, you know, like you want to buy something. You go on Amazon and I have like 20 tabs open and I scroll through everything.
I've struggled with the tab situation
Yeah.
mostly, and for some reason I turned on my browser to bring up the tabs that I didn't close last time, and so it just
me too.
piles up.
I do the same. But basically, it's good, you know, when you are recruiting or searching to have the right to find the right thing for you, because I went on Fiverr. Yeah, it was Fiverr. I looked at, I don't know, maybe like 100, 200 profiles that were on Fiverr, and I just started to like filter, and then I ended up with a list of, I think it was 3 or 4 people, and I contacted them, and he was the first to respond, like to test. I was like, okay, he's quick to respond. let's do a test with him, and if the others, if it doesn't go well with him, I'll test the others. And this is how I did it, and it went extremely well, like on the first try, even if it wasn't like perfect,
Yeah, we just still have processes.
It's still some things you can train the people to do. So it was really good, and especially in the soft skills. It's not just the hard skills; it's the soft skills, especially now with AI and everything. This is the people you're going to interact with, and how they respond to you, in what time, do they respect their word, and everything. So this is what you're looking for, I guess, when you are recruiting someone. So I got lucky with him, but I spent a lot of time previously filtering a lot of people first.
Setting everything up.
And I already knew what I was looking for, like certain type of skills, certain type of tools, and everything. So my standards, they were already there. I wanted someone to do custom builds, not teams and everything. So basically, when we have like a client for a website, it's still a WordPress website, but everything is done custom. And I know that I have, in my agency, I have the right tools to deliver like the best product we can. And I'm pretty confident with that, because we had like a few clients that went on with the big websites, and they wanted to do an overall, for example, like speed, speed for loading speed for pages on the website. It's really
to
important.
Improve it?
To improve it. It was, I would say, okay-ish, the results they had. It was a big website, and the business was really heavy on the SEO traffic. So it was really important, to don't mess everything up when we were working on the site. And I just told my guy, okay, let's do it. Let's take the business. We have the processes, we have the tools. So now we know what to do. And even if you find a problem, whatever, you just, okay, let's
deal with that.
Let's deal with that. Let's figure it out. And the client was really happy, because at the end, the website was like super fast, super fast. Didn't have downtime or whatever. So everything was good, So that type of standards that you can give to your team, so you can deliver for your clients.
Speaking about websites, you mentioned building in WordPress.
Yeah.
So I'm very curious on your take on current vibe coding and AI website development, because I will be fully transparent. That's what we do. We are developing websites fully with AI. My own, and like we have clients, we've made websites in WordPress, in Webflow, or like in others, but at the end of the day, currently we have landed on AI assisted coding website development as the most efficient way of doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah.
So what's your take on that?
Yeah, I think it's getting better and better. So obviously, yes. For me, for example, I didn't go that route yet for that part, because I don't need to. I have other things to focus on first in the business, and like with my team and everything. So the profitability on building websites, even in WordPress, even with having a developer, it's still really good. So for me, at the end of the day, it's just results for the client. If what we are building, I know is really good with the process I have, it's fine. But that's for me, for my company. If I were to start over, like I don't have the tech stack I have and everything, I would have to start from scratch. Yeah, I would dive into AI and build those. I didn't dig deep enough in that part with AI to know if the tools are my standards yet. But I guess it's getting there,
It is getting. Today I heard from John. You met Jonathan. He's
yeah.
He's the one building them today. I heard him on his computer, like, he was like, yeah, Claude Sonnet something is the best coder out there right now that is. I was like, noted. I'll probably never use it, but like,
Yeah.
so there is like models that are very, very capable
Yeah.
right now. I mean, yesterday he messaged me that he's recreating Shopify for one of our shops, like on building the infrastructure of
Yeah.
Shopify for customly within the website, because you can, like how he says he's a very ambitious guy and he loves to build crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And with these tools, he's able to achieve speed, most
Yeah.
notably, to create more technically complicated solutions,
Yeah.
as would be
Like functionality.
functionality, exactly. So like what we built like a voting system for an event, and he did it in like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it was a voting system that had to withstand like around 100 people voting after every round in the event. It was like a freestyle rap round. At the end, there's a big QR code, and around 100 to 150 people every time are voting for their like favorite person who was participating in the rapper. And so he was able to do it in like 2 weeks, and
That's cool.
it worked.
Yeah.
Of course, there's some communication issues, because still like the back end of the system was because like if you have like a competition of multiple people going like against each other, then one wins and moves further.
Yeah.
You cannot predict the results, so you cannot predict the options to vote on during the event. So he was sitting backstage live editing he built like an admin dashboard, custom admin dashboard specifically for this purpose, so he can manage the system live. It was like crazy. But it's like these type of solutions I think really stand out with these tools right now, because you have speed on your side. Maybe like, yes, every design from like what Bolt.new is creating is looking the same.
Yeah.
But my website is created there and it does not look the same, because I asked Jonathan, like, don't make it look like everything else.
Yeah, it comes down to the guy who's creating as well.
And it's capable. He did it, and I have a very nice sleek. I will show you after my site. By the way, you can go to xenith.digital.com and take a brand health quiz that will tell you what kind of market position your brand is in based on your answers. Check it out. You have any promos to drop in? I just found the perfect opportunity.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, these tools are, at least for me, fascinating.
Yeah. But I guess for the design, like you mentioned, maybe sometimes it's always all the same, and you don't have the freedom of creating the things
you have the freedom if you know how to code.
Yeah.
Yes,
but you still need to know how to code.
You can change the interface with. Well, no, our technical guy knows. He comes from a background of building websites with code and with no-code solutions, and so he's able to put those minds together.
Put everything together. Yeah. I think it's the one thing though. I'm not sure, and I didn't dig enough this part, because it wasn't my focus. But I think regarding the page speed of the website at the end, this security as well.
No, security
is a big one.
Yeah.
And the design, I would say, functionalities, really depends. But you can vibe code a website, but it also really depends on who you're delivering it to.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if they have specific requirements and stuff like that, sometimes it can be a little bit tricky.
You must know what you're doing. You cannot be.
Yeah. Exactly. Even with a basic WordPress, because if you take basic WordPress, you just leave it there. You don't update the plugins and everything. It's gonna break, or someone's gonna hack it, or whatever. You need to secure it. You need to.
We just lost a domain. It's in hosting here. We write in our domain and it forwards to Australian betting website.
Oh,
So
damn.
we lost it. We cannot get it. Like I don't know what
The
happened.
domain, you cannot get the domain back?
Yeah, it was like we had like 3 domains,
Yeah.
and we didn't check it for like the whole summer. And now we're launching a shop, so we are like, okay, time to add the domain.
Yeah.
The domain is like you write in the domain, it forwards. First, it says it's malicious, then it forwards to a betting site. And we're like going to our, like, we do it on Hostinger.
Yeah.
And they're like the domain, and it's like one renew, like 2 previous domains that work, and the third one is canceled. And we're like,
I understand
but
now.
we paid for it like 2 months ago. Like,
That's weird.
because we were trying to get it back and migrate it and something like it was very confusing, at least for me.
Maybe it was maybe a human error, like someone forgot to renew.
We forgot to renew, but then we're trying to get it back. Then we got it back, but then we didn't get it back, and now it's lost.
Okay.
It's like confusing because I bought it on GoDaddy many years ago. Then it renew, and then we were like, okay, let's move it to Hostinger, but the migration is problematic, and all through all that process, in the end, it's gone now. And the only way we can get it back is to pay like domain brokers $200. And it's like, okay.
So quick tip: always put your domain name on auto renew.
On what?
Auto renew.
Auto renew. Yes. And then you specifically don't put money on that card where it's going.
Or not a lot, But I think for security reasons and stuff like that, it can be, I would say, tricky, or maybe not tricky, but you need to be careful.
You write to ChatGPT, make it secure.
Yeah, but even then, it really depends on what sources ChatGPT is using.
Yeah, you could like backtest it by putting in the code and asking ChatGPT, can you hack this?
Yeah, you can do that.
I don't know. Yeah, but no, lucky our main developer comes also from a cybersecurity background, so it is crazy how vulnerable most sites are.
You see, this is the thing with AI, because even if you can do a lot, you still need skills to be sure that, especially if you deliver clients. I mean, if you build for yourself, it's okay. It's only you, your business, so you take the risk. But if you build for a client, you have the responsibility to deliver a good product that is like secure and everything. So you still need some skills and knowledge to know what to do.
It's like you said when you became a project like when you were a project manager and you wanted to recreate this work environment you were already in. You had to learn how to do these things. You're not maybe doing them particularly currently, like you're not making websites, you're not doing sales. But you need to understand those both parts to be able to trust the people, to be able to talk to them. What's the problems? What's the solutions?
Exactly. You need to understand it. You need to at least have some knowledge, or know who to consult or to hire to delegate that part of the business. Because if you delegate something that you don't understand, you don't have any standards in that area. So if you delegate sales, for example, this is the best example, because I've seen it like in a dozen of business that we were consulting back in the day. When they delegate, they don't want, because not no one, but a lot of people don't like to do sales because they see sales as bad, They don't like to be interrupted by a phone call or whatever, Some guy is phoning you to try and sell you a subscription or
the image of the salesman has been portrayed in
exactly.
a way that people don't want to associate themselves with that.
They don't want to do that. They think they don't want to do that. They don't like it. So they are like, yes, but I still need to sell in my business. So they will hire some people. But if you are a guy, but you don't have any process or standard for telling him what to do, then you're at the mercy of that guy's skills. And if you're lucky, he's really good and he's gonna drive some sales and you're good. But most of the people are not lucky in that regard. And then
I wasn't as well.
yeah, and then you just give the keys to your business to that person and the responsibility to your business, because sales is the converting part. So this is the
What keeps
most
it alive.
important part of the business. And if you do that, then you're kind of fucked if you are giving the keys to the sales department to someone you don't know
Or don't trust, or
no, it's not the trusting part. Maybe you trust that guy, but
Yeah.
you don't know the skills that guy has. And if you don't have the skills to tell him what he should or shouldn't do,
or for you to understand what is good results.
yeah,
what is
yeah,
bad
exactly,
results.
exactly. Then you don't control your business, basically. And I've seen that like in so many businesses.
What is let's talk about sales. Maybe you have like your business that operates in France is focused on constructions
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like building houses, elements of houses.
Yeah,
right?
so redo a kitchen, a deck outside,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
some elevations on buildings and
What
stuff.
is the case for sales in those kinds of businesses that you have noticed, like patterns of maybe how to do it or what not to do in those areas? Because those usually are like high ticket sales most of the times.
Yeah, they're high ticket sales, but the process is a bit different because those people are actively looking for the services that we sell or our clients sell. So it's way easier to sell those people because basically they just need, like not an invoice, but I don't remember the word.
Like a price,
Yeah, they just want to know how much it's going to cost and
how it's going to look like.
yeah, what it's going to look like, how much time it's going to take, and they just need to be reassured because they're already ready to buy. So this is like the if they're not ready, like the stages of awareness of a lead, like not aware,
Yeah.
like problem aware, solution aware, and
Yeah,
everything.
yep.
So here they're already like solution aware and like business
Like
aware.
they know what they need and
Yeah,
they know what
exactly.
kind of budget they have to spend on
Yeah,
this.
yeah. And the budget, I would say, is not really like most important part.
Depends maybe which region
Yeah,
of the world.
yeah. No, it's still a component,
Yeah.
but in sales, you really need to understand why do people want the stuff they want or want to do what they want to do, or where the point A and point B, so where they're at, where they want to go, either in coaching or like you mentioned, like a high ticket service, like a home renovation, whatever. It's always the same. Why do you want to do that? Oh, because I want my kitchen to look good. I want to like be able to cook for my family, and I want to feel comfortable. So there are ways to pivot and to ask the right questions to facilitate the sale. I would say it's the process is always the same. You need to understand the right questions to ask. Because if you are just selling on the price, on the okay, you're gonna get this, this, and this, people are just gonna compare on that. But if
That's
you
how
are,
probably like let's say for example there's a business and Alex, I'm still on the giving your keys away to a salesperson, hiring a salesperson in your business, because I've encountered many businesses and like either they don't want to do the sales or they don't want to do the content, which in most of the cases with small businesses, what I've seen most best working is when I like one of the services as a videographer I offer is building out a personal brand and like building, helping with video production and content production and everything. And like I've worked with multiple people. There has been people who want to film with masks, people who want to just do voiceovers and everything's happening. Like there's many stages of like insecurity in front of the camera, but that we found that when the founder of the organization who cares the most steps in front of the camera and is talking directly to the customer, the people feel better in a sense and are more like when we had one of our clients have an experience where like people meet at their house to like do like a price
Appraisal,
appraisal, yeah. And it's like, oh, I've seen you on the ad. Because yes,
yeah,
and you're the business owner, and
yeah,
you're
yeah,
like,
yeah,
you've like there's these recognizable face
yeah,
means trust, means I can give you my
yeah,
money, and
yeah, exactly.
all of those steps. So in content and in sales, like in like small businesses, I've noticed that the founder being capable of doing these things helps the organization way more than outsourcing them
Yeah,
to other people. Would you have you seen that similar or something
yeah,
like that?
it's totally normal, I would say, because people buy they don't buy products, they buy other people first, and they buy people they know, like, and trust. So it's normal to have the founder, like, for him to be to have it easier when you regard sales. But it also comes down to the offer, the product, what you're selling, and how you position it. You know.
How well you know what you're selling as well as a founder, like as a founder of the organization, you've seen this product throughout fully all of
Yeah.
the stages. You've
Yeah.
been there when it's being built, when
Yeah.
it's being delivered. You
Yeah.
know all of the standards, all of the everything, and so you can position it way better than somebody who will learn from you with words what you're saying, that
Yeah.
this is good, this is not good, and provide the sales script where they'll be like, you will get for this price very good material, but
Yeah.
like not explaining that why and
The most important in the sales process, and let's talk about high ticket sales here in this example, because I think that's what you're selling.
yeah, currently that's
Currently, yeah.
like the closest that I've
Yeah.
been able to see.
So basically, it comes down to the confidence that the salesperson has that the team is going to deliver the result. So basically, your sales guy, if you are your sales guy, he needs to be like 100% sure that the product is good. If if he has doubts, it's gonna transpire in the sales call some way. Like it's gonna show up, like maybe in some tiny sentences, or just the way it's
Little
gonna
remarks.
yeah, just the way it's gonna interact with something at some point. So this is the first, and then this is the posture that you have when you're selling. So you're not just a sales guy. You're here to understand why that lead, that prospect, he wants to do or hire you to do something, and this is asking the right questions, and this comes from understanding his, where he is right now, where you want to go again. And you know that because usually when you build the product, you either do it for you or you do it for someone else, but it's your first client and everything, so you build the whole thing. And then you can take that whole thing that the whole process, and you can try to convince other people that they need it, because awareness of the scale of awareness, they might not see how you see, so this is the nurturing part of the sales process.
Yes, you have to match your solution to their possible problem.
Yeah, exactly. So like a good positioning is we're talking positioning, not branding. Branding is larger
Yes,
than
yes,
this,
yes.
but positioning is like a specific problem, specific person, and specific solution. As long as you have that, you can have an offer.
Yes, when I always talk about positioning, I like to use cars. Cars are the best example.
Yeah,
Like you want a
it's easy to
Lexus,
understand. Yeah,
when a Lexus or a Toyota, like, but it's the same company doing those cars.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
but you're like, eh.
But it's not
Or-
it's not for the same people.
yeah, exactly.
It's different segments of the market.
Exactly.
So.
Like there's like the Volkswagen that's
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
like on the road if you go, and we Me and my brother used to play games when going to countryside when we were kiddos, and we were counting cars, how many passed, and like, but you were not allowed to take Volkswagen because everybody had Volkswagen back then a few years ago, you know. But like, there's that's like the it's in the name. It's the like the people's car. That's
people's
the
car,
translation directly. So, but then there's also Ferrari and Lamborghini and you know, luxury like it's brands and positioning like brands position themselves to be in front of their desired customers.
Yeah, exactly. But it also transpires in the sales process because if your messaging is not right regarding the awareness of the people, the lead you are talking to, if your lead is like not even aware of the problem that he has, he's not gonna buy your solution right now.
Yes.
You know, he needs to like you need to raise awareness for him to get to that point where he's like, okay, fuck, I need that, and I need this guy because this guy is good because he's got track records showing, you know, like trust,
All the
you know,
how you
testimonials.
call it, testimonials, all the
Reviews.
proof that
Social
all the,
proof.
social proof.
This is the social proof of internet, like reviews, testimonials, that kind of stuff, you know.
Yes.
And this is what
supporting arguments.
builds trust. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And even further than that, now is that we've seen that I was talking to a friend. He's a head of sales in like 2 or 3 businesses right now, coaching businesses online. And we were talking about the trust aspect of the sales calls, and we were like, okay, definitely now the market has evolved, and we need to like show people, because people know, like in the coaching space, they know that those are high ticket offers, and they know that there are a bunch of people, you know. But usually when they're on a sales call, they're already like kind of, okay, I know that company, so they're like solution aware and they're even company aware. So they know that I would trust, you know, out of maybe like 10 or more companies, they take one sales call. So if they take one sales call, maybe they trust a little bit more, but still they're on the fence. So you need to build trust. So testimonials and reviews, this is good, but you can go even further than that and just like show the people how it's going to look, how the results going to look. Like you project them
the final and destination point,
not just the destination but the process.
Process, how we're
Yeah,
get
how
there. Let's
you
go on an adventure.
So this is where, for example, for you build brands for people. You just tell your lead that, okay, this is the review. You've seen the reviews, you've seen the testimonials. Okay, yeah, I've seen it. Oh, this guy looks great. Okay, but I didn't talk about this guy. So this guy was just like you. You know, he had the same kind of business. We did that.
Yeah,
so
no brand, or something moving.
Yeah, but not personalized to that guy because it's the same like profile. So
same niche. And
So this guy is like, okay, ooh, that's interesting because now he's not talking generally, he's talking to me specifically.
Yeah.
And further than that, this is what we did with him that we didn't do with I don't know what guy or whatever.
Yeah.
And even if you did the same as the others, this is what we did with him. We did that, and then we did that. We had that result.
And that could work for you as well.
Yeah, exactly. But you project that guy into the delivery part of your service, not just the result.
Yeah.
And this is a way to engage them, and they're like, okay, this is legit, this is professional. This, if everything is like really well stepped out, I would say, like you have all the steps, and this is like a process. This is something that's rigorous. They will see that, okay, if I go with you, this is going to be like, I will achieve the result.
Guaranteed result. Yeah.
And even that, like, usually you have big marketers like online. You have a lot of people that are promising the moon or like big results, because usually what they do is like they take their best student or their best guy they coach that got the highest result, and they put it like it's the norm, but it's not. So something that really powerful is that okay, this is out of every client that we had, those are the results. These are the highest one. So those guys, they did that because of that reason.
They are maybe
Average, average is that, and lowest is that because it didn't do that, or it was not done properly, or maybe they did it but not in the right way. Because but it's different than case studies, because you're just like giving them the whole panel of your clients' results. Exactly. And what they can achieve, like if they do like it normally, they're not extreme, and this builds trust as well, because they're like, okay, even if I'm not like a super guy that is like working, I don't know, like 14 hours or 20 hours a day on this, I can still achieve the results I'm here for.
You're not like you don't like reach for you don't present the impossible to them, so they like we don't need this. It's like not that crazy for us. We just need a slight like you said, our website to be a little bit faster. We just need that result. They don't need to change the world with super speeding website interfaces.
It's kind of like the line in The Wolf of Wall Street. You've seen that movie, like when he's giving his script on the phone, and he's like, ask me to judge me on my my winners, not my losers, because I have so few or whatever, something like that. So basically, you tell the guy that, okay, we have people that win really big. We have most of the people that do okay, and this is what they came for. And we have some people that fail, because it's normal.
Yeah, that happens.
Like
you're transparent with
this is like in the in the domain of the coaching program, that example. But if you have a service, then the failing part is your responsibility. So usually you shouldn't have like failures in the service part, because again, it's your standards, your process. Exactly. This is why done for you is like way more expensive than done with you or do it yourself. This is the key difference. So because you're buying a result that you don't need to do anything to get. So this is the difference. But sales is
I have
one.
So I've somewhere on a podcast 3 years ago, I heard a theory that Google and some university conducted two buyer psychology experiments online. There was people are ready to buy. There were two tests, and one result was people trust to buy after 7 hours. That was one result. Another one was they trust to buy after 11 interactions. And so I've kind of adopted this because it started working. And like I was like, oh, that's interesting. Let's see. And then I just started counting. I wasn't doing online. I was doing in person with my clients. Like, okay, I met him. Like, interesting. I just made I made a sale of service. Like, I'm checking how big it was. Like, what's the promise? What's the delivery? And then I'm counting how many times I met the person and how much time I spent with them before this. If it even, especially if it was a bigger client and a bigger sale, and most of the cases it's been more than 7 hours and 11 interactions when I made like high ticket sales, like over 5K, let's say. That, like it does, it doesn't work. You cannot meet somebody on the first time and be like, give me money.
It can work. It's very rare, because you need to have like it's a unicorn basically, but you need to have a guy that is looking for a solution right now.
No, just circumstance that allows.
And he's like ready to go like now, and he's got the money, and he doesn't give a shit about money. So he's rich, basically, or he's like
let's do it.
Financially, sorry, like strong or secure. You can make a high ticket sale on the first go. But yeah, nurturing, because this what you describe is nurturing, basically spending time with your clients or your prospects or your leads, and converting them into like the know, like, and trust the whole process. This is what it is, basically. It's just building trust with the people you want to sell to. And this is done like either by smaller contacts, like you said, like phone calls or emails or stuff like that, interactions in Messenger or whatever. But now, especially if we look online, this is what content is there for. This is why
That's why I'm doing a podcast.
people create content. Exactly. This is why you creating a podcast. Because people, they will listen to you, like interacting with your guest for like an hour and a half every time.
Well, technically, this is episode number 14.
Yeah.
Each of the episodes is around 1 hour.
Yeah, so 14 hours. Yeah.
14 hours and 14 times if you've clicked on it.
Yeah.
Or if I finally get my content discipline together, and then I start doing more, like I've been wanting to, like in the space, to do like YouTube videos or more vertical content on the internet, and like really start spamming those 11 times showing up on the feed. Can also happen. I got one part of it done currently, so it keeps growing and stuff like that.
But you have one component for now. It's the nurturing part.
Yeah.
So you don't have the first part, which is like attracting eyeballs to you, which is short form.
That is.
Then you have long form, which is nurturing, and then you have again like stories and stuff like that.
I have like a personal. I will be honest here. I have a similar problem with short form content, like some people have with sales. I don't have a problem with sales. I've been working in like, I was selling phones, selling like, like in shops, and selling my own services as a videographer, as a brand builder, like no problem. Content like this, long form content, I've been making short films my whole life. Acting, no problem.
Yeah.
There's something about the TikTok. I'm like,
why?
I don't know. It's just, it's a good question. I have no idea why I have such a resistance to it. Like, I just don't feel comfortable on that
format.
Yeah, because I have to capture you with a hook, and I have to keep you for 30 seconds, try to give you something valuable. And like, there's people that do it very efficiently, and people that do it very efficiently and do it like even 10 times per day on TikTok. Who are like, there's people who like post consistently. Like there's one new guy that's blowing up. He's a trader, and he did like 30 TikToks per day, and each of them are like he doesn't care about numbers. He's just creating.
But that's it. That's the thing. When you do short form content, you have to do volume. And usually people were like, oh yeah, you need to post once a day, like for 100 days. But no, it's not about the time. It's about the volume that you're going to post.
And quality as well at this point already.
Yeah. Quality, of course. But even if you don't do like high quality, if you still do...
It doesn't have to be IMAX,
volume,
Yeah.
And even if you don't have the perfect hooks or whatever, you still will have some of the videos that are going to perform. So it's more about volume, and especially now with AI. I'm lazy, so I don't do it. But you can clone yourself, you can clone your voice.
Yeah.
I've seen people doing that,
but
it's the same.
It's interesting because I've like, as soon as I first found out you can clip long form and post it on TikTok, it was 2021. We were going to conferences, we were filming long interviews, and then I can post it here, and I can we can override Instagram and TikTok, and they were doing like 5K, 7K views. No, it doesn't work anymore.
No, because it's not intentional content.
Yes.
This is the difference.
Yes. So it's a significant change, and like even the AI generated video has to be intentional. It has to be. It has to have a story, and I guess when it comes to stories, where I come from, my videography and filmmaking background, I've been studying like Hollywood scripts and all that. And I'm like, I always want to do it like crazy, and like the grandiosity syndrome that I cannot do it simply. And like
you like to do like the perfect thing. And,
and even though looking back, everything that I've done right now, when I look back there, like I was doing it with that mindset, but now I'm like, damn, it's kind of pretty trash, pretty ass, back then. Like,
because you obviously evolved, you have more skills and everything.
And so you're looking from. So I know the answer to this problem.
This shows you that you need to stop thinking about being perfect and just doing it. Just doing it. And this shows as well that one skill is gonna outperform the others. It's like being a fucking good copywriter and storyteller, because if you can storytell,
but I'm shit at copywriting.
but you can learn and especially like really fast with AI right now, because there are tools that you can use.
Of course.
Right now you can even take a full marketing department for a company and just run it with one tool.
Yep.
You can do that. Or an AI agent if you want to build it. But you don't even need to build an AI agent.
There's like even free options. Free options are good enough for you to substitute.
But I have one tool in mind that you can use. It's like, I think it's like $30 a month, something like that.
Which one?
It's Poppy. You know Poppy?
I've always looked at it, but I've never clicked the button to try it out.
It's really good. Really good.
Okay, if I was aware,
I have a ref link if you want. So
send me. Yeah,
I'll send you. I'll send to you.
It's like that.
But Poppy is really good to do that, because you can basically if you have already written emails or even this, you take like all your podcasts. You give them to Poppy because they're on YouTube, so you can just give them the videos.
It reads the
scripts of every videos. Then you give them context about your offer, whatever. You give the whole positioning, like marketing brief that you have internally. You give the videos. It's gonna give you like scripts, content IDs, everything. So you can have like a full-time copywriter in your business for $30 a month.
Hey, I was aware of it. I knew what it could do always, but for some reason I was hesitant because like, I don't know why I was hesitant. There was no free version to try. If there was a free version to try, and I would find it out.
$30. You can still try for a month.
Man, I have like 24 on Google. No, 24 on ChatGPT, 30 on Grok, like 20 on Gemini. I don't know how much Gemini is.
I don't even have like a ChatGPT subscription. The only one I have is Poppy, actually.
Interesting.
Because you can use like different models into that. So I taught myself how to create AI agents with a specific, framework.
Yes.
So I was doing some research earlier this year. I was like, AI agents looks cool. You can do a lot of stuff. And it is like, it's amazing. But the guy I was following, he had some YouTube videos, but it was incomplete. Like it was a few pieces. There were no calls per se, I was like, okay, I want to learn. So I gave Poppy his videos, okay? And I gave him the framework, like the documentation of the framework. And I was like, okay, I don't know how to code. I don't know anything. I was like, okay, help me install Python on my computer. Help me do that, help me do that, help me do that. And I built the whole thing.
Yeah, Poppy was enough.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. No, I use I have Grok, which is where I use most of the like. I like to write strategy with Grok because it has Twitter available.
Yeah.
And there's like you can any moment you can ask the most current what people are saying about any kind of topic.
Okay,
So
okay.
any trends or tendencies, and Grok seems to have a very nice business either language the way it's speaking to me or thinking that I like it way more. ChatGPT is like the the guy with the academic guy in the class that nobody likes, you know.
They have different modes now.
Yes,
You can choose,
exactly.
but
And but it's like ChatGPT, I always go for image creation, and
yeah,
like I go there for like structured texts and like polished everything compliant,
yeah.
like nothing risky or edgy. And Gemini is amazing because it has the whole Google database, and Gemini can also like read YouTube video transcripts.
Yeah.
It has a YouTube tool and stuff.
Yeah. No,
So, but if you can use everything in one for just for $30, that
yeah.
saves you around
You still have
30,
a
34 and
they have a credit system, but it's still very efficient. At first, it wasn't because I tried. I started to use this like a year ago, I think. Just
Floppy,
when
yeah.
it was just when they came out, and it was already good. And I was doing it, for research. It was really good to research videos and to learn about any topic. Really helpful. But now you can even connect it to your Instagram, your TikToks. You can put everything that you have there. You
Very
can record
nice.
your voice and
Very
everything.
nice.
You can
Very
do a
nice.
lot of it. So
I'll put my referral link. You'll send me yours, I'll get it, and then I'll put mine on this video.
No, put mine. Please put mine.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted, we are closing in on the end of our conversation.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask for you to give the listener, the viewer, the most important essence, maybe in mindset, maybe in processes, practices, what they have to keep in mind if they wish to build their life around making money online.
I would say to be able to be agile.
What does it mean to be agile? Because I've heard different.
To be agile is to be able to switch, pivot. I would say
Adapt.
Yeah, adapt. Yeah, that's the word. Adapt, yeah, and to keep trying because you might not get it the right go. So it's always about keep never giving up. I would say. I know it sounds basic, but it is. It's I think it's about that first, but also the most important for me is a mindset thing is that you need to understand what you want out of life before doing any business. So it's really different, but it's understanding where you want to go and what is going to be the right vehicle for you, either because it can be entrepreneurship, it can be like working in a big firm, it can be like working in a small one but you invest, or there are different ways of making money. You need to be okay with which one's going to be the one for you specifically. So ask yourself the right questions first. So where do you want to live? Who do you want to surround you with? What is the standards of your life, your health, relationships, like the comfort that you want to live in. Like if you want to live in luxury, of course, you're gonna be like aiming for big results. So you need a big vehicle to go there. So I think this is the most important thing, and especially for entrepreneurs, because I've seen a lot of them that replicates like business models, and they're like, oh, okay, I can make this much amount of money, a month, but then they do it, yes, cool, and then they burn out because it's not really what they want out of life. So the business should be in service of your life and not the other way around. I think this is the most important thing to get like in the beginning, or even if you're not a beginner, but you feel like you are, procrastinating, not motivated or whatever, it means that there is something that is not
in your way, not clicking.
It's not line or whatever. So ask yourself the right questions, and it's okay, because in life, it's for me, actually, this is how I see it. It's like seasons. Sometime in your life you're going to be hardworking, like doing a lot of things, like working 10-12 hours, even more, a day. And sometimes it's going to be slower, because you're optimizing your life for something else. And understand that it's gonna come from your subconscious, because it's not always like, okay, we usually know what we want, but deep down our
There's
actions,
things pushing.
they're this is the subconscious part of yourself that is like doing things like. So this is, for me, it's the most important. Like, mindset is about
self-discovery.
Yeah, it's above everything else, because this is the key to doing like anything in life, like relationships, like your health. You need to lose some weight. First, you need to be on board with what you need to do to lose the weight and things like that. So, for me, this is the most important.
Wise words. I totally agree. Well, this has been Sebastian. Thank you guys for watching this episode of the Xenith Digital Podcast. All relevant links will be placed below to check it out. Thank you so much for joining. It was very insightful.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, it was really cool.